few minutes ago, I just came back from my class. But while I was at my class, all the students are finished and all the students have gone home. And there was a chair there. And I was just putting on my shoes. Decided to sit on the chair. Closed my eyes and fell asleep for half an hour. I felt just so exhausted. And I'm still feeling quite tired now. I felt really tired. I'm really sleepy because last night I've been working on clearing some trigger points in my shoulder and my head. A trigger point is a tensed up muscle which sends a sort of a painful pulse to another place, so it triggers pain to go somewhere else in the body. So for example, if somebody has a trigger point in the shoulder, very often it would send it up to the head or the neck. So I've been working on this trigger point that was in my shoulder on the side from about midnight and then on and off till about 7 in the morning. So I would massage it until it felt better, and then I would doze off, fall asleep on my recliner, and then continue. So it took that long to get the pain to dissipate. The pain was this shooting pain coming up to the side, giving me a headache, but it was initiated by the shoulder. But there were trigger points actually in my head as well, at the back of my head, sort of on the left side, right, sort of right where there's a part that bulges out slightly. So a trigger point is easy to identify because when we press on it, or when we slide the finger over it, it will feel like a little bump, and it will immediately feel painful. And then as we continue to massage it, the pain will become less and less. So that's how you know it's a trigger point, because you can actually reduce the pain with the deep massage, with a deep tissue massage. And so last night I didn't really have a proper sleep. I mean, I got about 40 minutes in bed just before I had to get up and leave. So it was broken sleep. But I needed to do this. I needed to clear these trigger points because I was in quite a lot of discomfort. And so going back a bit, the reason why these trigger points have appeared is because I was sitting in my car waiting for a friend, and it was really cold in the car. After I have turned the heating on, and then it would get too hot, so I turned it off, and just to make sure that I wasn't sitting there and having the car engine running for an hour and a half. I decided to just put an extra blanket on my legs to keep them warm. But this side here was still felt cold, I think. So the tension from the cold has built up over that time, and has created discomfort. This is one of the reasons why I'm wearing this. I mean, even though the temperature, I mean, my car says it's 10 degrees. It's 10 degrees. It is winter, so it is January the 13th, 2018. So it is winter, but it's not cold, but I'm still wearing this because I feel that the wetness, because it's quite wet cold, quite damp cold, the wetness gets through the clothes and penetrates towards the body. If I don't wear a hat like this to protect my head, then I have to deal with a lot more headaches, a lot more trigger points that have to be cleared. You see, I don't take painkillers of any kind. I don't see the point of ignoring what the body is telling us. If there's a pain, it is a communication from the body saying that there's something that is happening that needs to be changed, or there's something that's happening now which is a result of something that's happened recently. And so you can always trace back to what actions have been taken and what the consequences are right now. It just takes a little bit of thought, a little bit of observation. But to take a painkiller of any kind, you are just ignoring the problem. You are sweeping it under the carpet, which does not work. It does not work long term. It might offer a temporary relief, but it doesn't solve the actual root cause of the situation, and so it doesn't allow the person to learn the lessons. And it also creates a dependency, a reliance on that particular substance, that particular chemical that numbs the pain. It numbs the pain, but it also reduces the clarity in overall as well. So it really is unnecessary and unrecommended for people to take painkillers or any other type of substance that minimizes pain, because pain is there. It is there as a guide. It is there as a messenger telling us that there has been something there that we've been doing which is not working for us. So if somebody is feeling emotional pain, if somebody is unhappy in some ways, if somebody is depressed, anxious, or just uneasy emotionally, that's not a bad thing, because it's a sign. It is a a message. It is a message which, if we were to use a substance of any kind, and that includes also alcohol, if somebody is feeling bad, if somebody is experiencing something that they do not prefer, that is not a bad thing. Excuse me. Wow. So if somebody is experiencing if somebody is suffering emotionally, through that, there's a lesson there. Through that pain, they might just be able to find some inner deep wisdom that's waiting there to be approached and uncovered, and that requires some soul searching, going within and asking questions and then answering them. So it requires delving deep. And pain also focuses us as well. It focuses us into the present moment. It refocuses us on what is really the most important thing is in our life. You know, what is the most important thing in our life? Is it money? Is it fame? Is it certificates, qualifications, degrees? Is it achievements, trophies, medals? When we're in pain, all of that becomes irrelevant. All of that becomes secondary. And our prime focus then becomes how we are, what we are feeling. By experiencing deep unhappiness, we become more grateful. When we experience just normality, just when things are when things are just normal and you don't feel any aches or pains or suffering, just to be appreciative of that and be grateful. I think that's one of the reasons why pain is also there, is so that by contrast we can become more grateful to just the obvious. Grateful for having another day. Grateful for having the freedom to go where we want. Grateful for being able to express ourselves without fears of prosecution or judgment. Grateful for having access to information and technology that is able to connect like-minded people, connect us and give us the information that we may require for our own personal growth and expansion. Grateful for having another meal, having a warm and dry place to rest. It's easy to forget the simple things, the small things. But pain, it refocuses us. And the more grateful we are when we're just feeling fine, feeling normal, feeling stable and balanced, the more grateful we are for that, the less need there is for pain. And also, the quicker we are to notice signs that are given to us by our body that something is out of alignment in some way, the quicker we can take those signs on board and move into alignment, the less there is a need for pain. So pain is due to resistance, and if we are able to flow with the change, then pain is not necessary.